Hello. Welcome to Gowita.
Welcome to a terrifying story set in the frozen mountains of Norway, where a group of medical students encounter something they never expected. A ski vacation turns horrific for a group of medical students, as they find themselves confronted by an unimaginable menace, Nazi zombies. Several friends take to the mountains and shack up in the wilderness of Backup Beyond to enjoy a little R&R together. Their peace is soon interrupted by a mysterious old man who informs them that during World War II, Nazi invaders of the area were brutal and harsh in their methods of control until, according to a legend, a villagers' revolt drove the invaders up into the cold, dark mountains, where they perished. But now there's the rumor that they returned in the form of zombies, evil Nazi zombies. Cinema_fan. The medical students Martin, Roy, and Erland travel with their friend Vegard to meet with the girls Hannah, Liv and Chris and spend vacation in the isolated cabin in the wilderness of Oxfjord that belongs to Vegard's girlfriend Sarah. When they arrive, they do not find Sarah but they believe she is practicing sports on the snow. Soon a weird traveler visits them and tells the story about the resistance of the locals during the World War II against the Nazi invaders that were pursued and assumed frozen to death. On the next morning, Vegard drives his snowmobile seeking out Sarah in the mountains. Meanwhile his friends are attacked by a Nazi zombie army led by the evil commander Herzog and they have to fight to survive. Will they succeed in their intent? Claudio Carvalho, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. To blow off steam, a team of medical school students take a ski vacation to a weather-battered cabin atop a remote, snow-capped peak in the Norwegian Lingen Alps. However, when the unsuspecting group accidentally unearths the mountain's shocking secret, the dark past of the isolated village comes to life, giving birth to a long-forgotten terror, an unstoppable, undead, and hungry-for-flesh Waffen-SS infantry squad. And as the resurrected Nazis pick up where they left off, innocents start dying left and right, and warm, bright red blood stains the deep, white snow. Do the young invaders have what it takes to survive the Nazi zombies' blitzkrieg? The movie opens with a woman, Aindal Torp, being chased through the snows of Norway. She is finally cornered and eaten by zombies in World War II German uniforms. The movie then moves to 7 medical students on Easter vacation. They arrive at a small cabin near Oxfjord, about a 45-minute walk from the road where they have left their cars. The cabin is owned by Sarah, another student who is the girlfriend of Vegard, Lasse Valdau, the student in the main group with the most knowledge of the wilderness. She has been skiing across the mountains to meet them, but has not yet arrived. They drink and party until a mysterious hiker, Bjorn Sundquist, arrives. He tells them the dark history of the region. During World War II, a force of Einsatzgruppen led by the dreaded Standartenführer Herzog occupied the area. During 3 long years the Nazis abused and tortured the local people, and near the end of the war, with Germany's defeat looming, looted all their valuables before starting to withdraw from the area. The citizens managed to stage an uprising and ambush the Nazis, killing many. The surviving Nazis, including Herzog, were chased into the mountains, and it was assumed that they all froze to death. The hiker says the area still has an evil reputation. He leaves to continue on his way. Later the hiker is murdered by zombies while camped in the snow. The next morning Sarah has still not arrived and Vegard takes the group's snowmobile to look for her. He finds the body of the hiker in his tent, but then falls through snow into a cave below. The other students find an old wooden box filled with valuables and German decorations hidden under the floor. They consider taking and selling it, but eventually put it back, although some of them keep items. After it gets dark, one of the students, Chris, Jenny Skavlan, goes to the outhouse, but is murdered while on the toilet. The others go outside to look for her. They do not find her, but do find Sarah's rucksack buried in the snow. A little later, Chris's severed head appears at the window. The zombies have arrived. Erland, Jeppe Larsen, is murdered before the remaining students manage to seal the cabin windows and door and survive the night. The following morning, Vegard comes round in the cave. He discovers World War II German firearms and helmets and a swastika flag, as well as Sarah's severed head. She was the woman being pursued at the beginning of the film. He is attacked by zombies, but manages to escape from the cave. He is badly bitten in the neck by one zombie, but manages to escape on the snowmobile, which he equips with an MG-34 machine gun. Meanwhile, the remaining 4 students in the cabin have decided to split up. The 2 men, Martin, Vegard Hole, and Roy, Stig Frode Henriksen, attempt to distract the zombies, while the 2 women, Hannah, Charlotte Frogner, and Liv, Evie Kasseth Rosten, run for the cars and go for help. Martin and Roy hole up in the cabin, but then accidentally set fire to it with Molotov cocktails. They then discover that the shed next to the cabin contains a chainsaw, hammers and axes and equip themselves. The main group of zombies attacks. Martin and Roy manage to fight them off, aided by Vegard, who returns on the snowmobile. Vegard is killed during the fighting, however, and Martin accidentally kills his girlfriend Hannah with his hatchet, who has not managed to reach the cars. Liv has already been killed by the zombies. Herzog, Orjan Gamst, arrives with another group of zombies, including SS men, but Martin and Roy also manage to fight them off. Martin is bitten on the arm and cuts it off with the chainsaw to avoid turning into a zombie. Herzog then raises many other zombies from all around and the 2 students run. Roy falls and is killed. Martin finally realizes that the zombies are after their loot and runs to the burnt-out remains of the cabin. He gives the box of loot to Herzog and runs for the cars. The zombies do not appear to follow him. However, on reaching the car, a coin falls out of Martin's pocket. Swearing, he looks round to see Herzog smashing the car window.